Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Shoot This Eddie Podcast.
Woo.
Yeah. Welcome back. I'm so happy you guys tuned in again. I mean, we really appreciate it. Keep tuning
do.
in. Like, please.
Please.
All right, so today we're just gonna talk about things that are maybe real, maybe not real. I don't know, it's really up to you. I mean, you let me know. But we're gonna talk about the big man himself. Bigfoot! Yeah.
Bigfoot.
And the story centers around today about like whether he's real and why he's so goddamn popular. I mean, I don't know. Like, I kind of grew up just hearing about Bigfoot, and it's just like
Never seen them.
never seen him. Maybe I've seen him. I don't know. Like, is he real? I don't know. We're just gonna learn a little information about him, and we'll just see what the story says.
I'm excited to hear.
Yes. So, even though Bigfoot has been researched, studied by enthusiasts, researchers, all that kind of good stuff, he can kind of be described as a combination of a folklore, a misidentification, a hoax, rather than a living animal. Like, I know he can be compared to like an ape. Like, we'll get into that because he definitely.
Oh, I never thought of him as an animal.
Yeah, but he has like a lot of comparisons to apes because of like his physique and figure, the way he stands. But he's more so just kind of like a mythological creature, maybe.
Okay.
But he's commonly known as a Sasquatch. Like, typically that name, goes hand in hand. And little fun fact, Sasquatch comes from the name Salis Sasquatch. I said that
You
all
and
wrong.
these words.
Like, I was trying to do that little thing with the words, but yeah. So let's get into a little. I definitely botched it, but it's okay. Let's get into a little description of what Bigfoot looks like, according to all the research I've done and all this good stuff. So he obviously has big feet.
What size?
24 inches.
Damn!
Which is, I don't know. Like, I guess we can put like a measuring tape. They say they're about like 24 inches, which is like weird. Like,
wait, it's 12 inches in a foot.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So that's
It's
double.
like double it.
Yeah.
So like double that, which is kind of crazy because like they say he's about 10 to 15 feet tall. Like that's freaking tall.
Interesting.
But then it's kind of like tall man, big feet. So you got to have the feet to support the height. So that kind of makes sense. They said that he typically has glowed yellow and red eyes. So that's terrifying. That's terrifying as fuck. So don't want to see that in the middle of the night. He's very, very hairy. Typically has black or brown or reddish hair. I kind of like vibe with the reddish hair. Like he's very badass as fuck.
Scary again. That is scary.
He stands and walks upright like an ape. And he does have human-like facial features. So in that feature of like the nose, the mouth, and then like cheekbones. So they say that's kind of very human-esque. Which again, terrifying as fuck. Because it's just like an ape's face is kind of scary. Like, but like a little more human, bitch. I'm scared. Like,
so I just thought of something.
Yeah. What?
I wouldn't be surprised if it's some white girls out there that has a Bigfoot fetish.
Oh, 100%. I actually wanted to like talk on like just like the kind of, because like I was going to kind of compare him to King Kong. Like how like that kind of, we'll tap into that because like I just feel like when it comes to like large animal creatures, I feel like white women do have like a weird fetish with them. Like again, King Kong saving a white woman. Why?
Right.
Like why?
So I wouldn't be surprised if them white women like
girl, let me tell you.
Bigfoot.
I actually Googled movies and things about Bigfoot. We'll get into that. Bitch, like 400 movies came out. I said,
Jesus
bitch,
Christ.
What? And guess what?
Really?
They had views. I never even heard of the Bigfoot movie.
I've never seen any movies about Bigfoot.
There are a lot of them out there, but we'll get into that later. So let's start with a little origin. So before the name Bigfoot came around, he was actually identified as Ape Man.
Ape Man?
So of 1924 in about July, an article came out in the Oregonian about a conflict between a group of gold prospectors and a group of ape men. So at the time, they thought it was a group of like Bigfoot people, but it was just one when it came kind of like out and like understood. So this happened in Mount St. Helens, which is in Washington State. So like high up in the mountains. It's funny, when I saw gold prospectors, I thought of Looney Tunes, and I was like, wow, prospectors, that's like really interesting.
Why did you think of Looney Tunes?
Because don't they have prospectors in Looney Tunes?
I'm not aware.
Oh, I'm a big Looney Tunes person. So.
Did you like Baby Looney Tunes?
I love Baby Looney Tunes.
It was so cute. But
very cute. But yeah. So one of the men were identified, Fred Beck is his name. He indicated that he was struck. He was struck by one of the creatures. So supposedly he said he got hit, and then. Which is interesting because he said he got hit. So I'm like,
struck?
Yeah, like he said he was close enough. Yeah. Which is weird because I'm like, you were close enough on Bigfoot, nigga? You're lying. Right. Anyways, he said he was close enough that he fired his rifle. So I'm like, okay. So then he said later that night, Fred said he was in the cabin with the prospectors. And then he said he was attacked again by the ape man. So apparently the ape man came back to the cabin. He was like, nah, nigga, what's up? So apparently he threw large rocks and boulders at the cabin, and it damaged the roof. And then one of the boulders knocked Fred unconscious. So weird. Yeah. So then Fred and his men apparently fled the area or the cabin the next morning. So then they went to the U.S. Forest Service and like the police or whatever, and they investigated the site and the alleged incident. The police found, or the U.S. Forest Service found no evidence of the event. Like, they couldn't find the large boulders that were supposedly thrown at the cabin. They couldn't find the damage. Like, it was damage done to the roof, but it could have been like anything.
Was he high?
So they thought that he was either hallucinating or simply just crazy. Yeah. I was actually like cracking up because I'm like, yeah, nigga, I wanted to find something on drugs, and I really wanted to say drugs, but I didn't have no proof of it. But let's put drugs out there. Drugs always cause hallucination. So to this day, the area is known as Ape Canyon and is cemented within Bigfoot related origin of folklore. So that's kind of like that incident being published in that newspaper kind of started like
the birth of
it's the birth. Bigfoot. Yes. So we can talk about like the origin of just like Bigfoot's name, because like, yes, there was stories about an ape man and, you know, seeing that. But as I said, it started out as ape man. The name Bigfoot actually didn't come around until 1958. Okay. So in 1958, Jerry Crew, he was a bulldozer operator for a lodging company in Humboldt County, California. Him and his crew discovered a large set of footprints that are about 16 inches. And they were like human-like footprints, you know, with like toes and like the heel point. And the footprint was sunken into like the mud where it would be able to like identify. So you know,
it was pretty big.
It was fairly large where you're just like, I mean, I'm assuming stepping into the mud, you make an imprint. So you're just like, what the hell is this? Right. So this was found in Six Rivers National Forest, which I believe is in California. I was going to say it's in California. So word got around, and I think Jerry was like telling other lodging companies and like, yo, I just found something crazy. This is kind of weird. Other lodging companies were talking to other lodging companies where we're just getting around. So they were saying that they saw multiple footprints in this forest. And they were saying how it was like reoccurring. And they were just like, yo, what is going on? Like, this is weird. So they assumed that it was a practical joke because Jerry knew of the old tale from Washington State that Fred Beck has said about that, like, supposed hallucination of the boulders being thrown in the cabin and all that stuff. So they just thought it was a joke. But then they kind of, you know how like something starts with a joke, but then shit start getting suspicious. And you're like, this is not funny. Like something's going on. So then the men were like, nah, this is kind of weird because like what's going on? So they started in the simplest terms identifying the creature as Bigfoot because the foot was big. And just as simple as that, they simply just was like, okay, so like this is Bigfoot. Like what is this? So even with thinking that it was a joke, Jerry contacted a reporter. His name was Andrew Gonzola of the Humboldt Times newspaper, which was like a major local daily newspaper in Northern California. Andrew, I don't know how to pronounce his last name, interviewed the lumber workers, and he wrote an article about the mysterious footprints and the supposed sightings of a hairy man. Because even with the footprints, some of the like lumber people were saying that they saw, like, I guess during their work shift, they saw sightings. And again, I feel like a lot of the things I were reading regarding seeing Bigfoot, it's just like your own eyes. Like, I think I saw something. Like, yes, there are pictures, but it's all based on just like, okay, I see these big ass footprints in the woods.
So could it not be a bear?
So nobody associated with a bear, oddly. Like, but I don't even know. I mean, I don't know. I'm not a foot expert, but I don't even know if a bear's foot is that large. I mean, bears are huge. Right,
the foot.
But
I guess when I said bear, I was thinking of just like when they keep saying like, I think I saw them. Oh, I saw a Bigfoot.
You associated with a bear?
Because bears, when they get big, they get big as fuck.
Humongous, yeah. So I don't know. I think they just wanted to kind of keep up with the fascination or the folklore of just like, yo, this could be like something out there.
Yeah.
So the mysterious footprints of the hairy man, they mentioned the name Bigfoot in the article, and then that kind of became the correlation of Bigfoot being associated with these footprints and the tracks, and then like the local tale of just a large, hairy, wild man running through the forest. Mm-hmm. Now, they didn't say that he was like evil or like bother people. Like a lot of things I read where they just said it was sightings. Like they never said like he came and attacked them while they were out there lodging. Granted, they're in his territory and like his like area, but they said he didn't really bother anybody, and which is what a lot of depictions I see of Bigfoot in cartoons. He's kind of just like a friendly person, and is like if you see him, but he really stays out like. He stays out the way. Mm-hmm. Like, he doesn't want to be found. He doesn't want to be sighted, which is like a lot of mythical creatures. Like, people go out to seek them.
Yeah.
Rather than
white people.
Okay, they go out to seek them rather than them wanting to be seeked.
Yeah.
So a lot of articles I read was just simply like people staying out, camping out, looking for days to just try to find. And I'm like, okay, I'm not even going to hold you.
Leave the nigga alone.
So, like, that's kind of, like, where I was trying to understand the fascination behind them. Because it's just, like, I get it. Like, a big, tall-ass nigga or ape kind of man. He's, like, humongous. But then I don't get it because, bitch, I'm scared. I'm terrified. Tell you,
one thing about me, I don't need to know.
There you go.
I don't need to know. There you go. I'm not curious.
The less you
know. The less you know. When they say
you know.
Ignorance is bliss. I don't need to know about
Fuck that
Bigfoot.
more you know. Yeah, the less you know. Why because look, if I see that nigga, I'm going to have nightmares for the rest of my life. First of all, I'm questioning the rest of my life. I'm going to be like, what's real? What's fake? Bitch, I'm going to be in a state of trance for the rest of my life. And guess what? I already got a lot of existential things.
It's already too much.
It's already too much going on up in here. If I see Bigfoot and I come back to regular life, bitch, I'm fucked up. I'm fucked up for life. So that, again, like when I was doing my research, I was just kind of like, I'm trying to get the fascination, but I don't really get it in the sense of like camping out in the woods. You hear something from a person, you're just like, dude, we gotta go see that.
WPS.
First of all, do you have a job? How are you camping out for days to find a big yeah. So that was interesting. But I did want to like kind of flip the script on like, yes, the factual sightings. I did want to talk about the hoaxes to it because I thought that was kind of interesting. Because like I said in the beginning, real or not, I found two things that I thought were kind of interesting that kind of correlate with like two of the stories I said. So according to Ray Wallace's family, he was a co-worker of Jerry Crew, which was the bulldozer operator from Humboldt County. Ray Wallace, he was a collectioner of like large artifacts and Bigfoot-based things. Like he just had like a huge fixation of him. Like his basement was filled with shit about him. Again, find another hobby, dude. Like, I'm sorry, like
don't obsess over
this. Find another hobby, because yeah. So he had like large carved wooden feet stored in his basement, like even things he made himself. So apparently Wallace, because like this is kind of crazy. He had been secretly making the footprints that were responsible for the tracks discovered by the crew. So apparently he made
making the shoes and shit and going like.
And so apparently this is like when Wallace had been passed on. His family like kind of correlated like, I think he was making the footprints that y'all found in the right. Weird, right? So I'm like, that's kind of weird. Like
Jessica Simpson, what the fuck are you doing?
Isn't that weird? I'm like, okay, so that's like a lot of dedication. You made wooden foot carvings. And you went out to the woods in the middle of the night press them in the ground just for your crew to find the next one.
Weird,
like, nigga, that's weird.
Shit, yeah.
So that's what the family so-called says he was doing with his spare time. And I'm just like, why can't you just let him have it? Why can't you just let them believe that a mythological figure was out there in the woods? And then apparently Wallace was inspired by another hoax, which correlates to the earlier story I was telling. So Rant Mullins, back in the 1930s, Mullins and a group of other foresters carve wood. They carve wood into large feet that mimic what Bigfoot feet supposedly look like. And they also, put them in the ground. This tactic was to scare off huckleberry pickers in the Guilford Minnoch National Forest, which was in Toledo, Washington, which is where the origin of the ape story kind of started from. So they did it as kind of like a scare tactic so people wouldn't come near. Because I guess like back in the day when you had to go to the forest to pick your berries and shit. Wow, what a time. You would scare off other forest pickers, and then like they would put down the footprints so people would not go that way. But again,
it's funny. Didn't it kind of eventually backfire because the footprints is what attracted more people to come to try to find.
Again, you put down some weird shit,
people gonna gravitate towards.
Come on now, like first of all, and then you're saying something out of the ordinary. You're saying a humongous hairy man is around here walking and stuff, and then you're thinking that's gonna scare people. You don't know people. People are interested in fear. People have no fear. People are interested in that shit. So I thought that was kind of interesting. And then apparently this group, the Mullins group and his foresters, this group was claimed to be responsible for hoaxing the alleged Ape Canyon incident in 1924. So again, I can't tell what's real or not because it's
it's fake. I think it's all fake.
Possibly. I mean, that's a lot of work to carve wooden feet. Go again, like what?
24 inches.
What else do you have to do with your spare time? And then you're doing all this to supposedly deter people from coming to your forest.
But then they come anyway.
And then again, you're still having people saying they saw sightings. You're like sightings of Bigfoot supposedly. Very interesting. And then I just have like a random fact. Michael Ruggard, he's the owner of a Bigfoot Discovery Museum. I'm sorry, like, what the fuck?
Where's this museum?
I don't have that.
It's okay.
Look it up for yourself. He claims to have smelled Bigfoot, and he stated that if you imagine a skunk that had rolled around in dead animals and hung around garbage pits, that's what Bigfoot smelled like.
Oh, please.
I'm like,
when did you smell him?
And then I'm like, how you get close enough to smell him, nigga? Give me some fact.
And you smelled the wind.
That's I'm like, and then I'm like, I couldn't find the wind. I couldn't find more information on like his sighting and his smelling. I think he just said that because he was a big hairy nigga, which I mean, possible because like I don't know if he showered. I don't know what the nigga was doing in the foot.
Question: is there only one Bigfoot? Does Bigfoot have a family?
So
what's that? What's the tea on that?
What's the tea on like the mating? So as I was saying, like in the beginning in the 1920s, they were saying that those prospectors were saying that it was a group of them, which I believe. I think Sasquatches are real. I think they're kind of.
I don't think they're real.
If they're real, I think they're a community of Sasquatches, and they definitely mate. If you have human-like forms, then you probably have human-like body parts. So I've seen Sasquatch females. I've seen that before, like on a cartoon.
I've never seen that.
I've seen it on the cartoons. Like,
I'll look it up.
Yeah. So I think they mate like regular. I mean, like they're only found in Northern America and Canada, so they're not like worldwide. And then like we would never see a Bigfoot or a Sasquatch in our area, but they're definitely like Northern Canada. And like they were, even though I was telling you like, background of just like when it became popular, they were saying that Northern American settlers started reporting sightings during the late 1800s into the early 1900s, which just started with, again, the occasional footprints being founded in the forest. And are you finding a picture?
Yeah.
Did you find anything?
Girl.
I've seen
this females, a TikTok, but
hey yo, I've seen female Sasquatches and just like pictures. Yeah, that bitch. We're gonna put that picture up. Bad bitch. But I've seen like, they're just saying
they just Bigfoot with titties. That's what it looked like.
All in all, Bigfoot with titties. All in all, Bigfoot, he just comes from having big feet. I mean, is he special? Probably not.
Nah.
Every nigga got big feet. You know what I mean? Well, I don't know.
No.
A lot of people got big feet. Who gives a shit?
You know what they
But
say? Big feet.
Big
socks.
big shoes. But again, his story, I just kind of was a little fascinated because I was just like, well, why do people care? But again, I'm learning that people give a shit about anything.
But yeah, I never knew the origin of Bigfoot.
Yeah.
So
turns out if you just put a big footprint down, niggas get all, what is that? Like, all right.
Maybe we should create some type of
mythological
creature of folklore in 2024.
Girl, okay, and just start posting shit around Baltimore and be like, did you see that?
and then when we have kids and our grandkids will be like, we found.
Look, and then we'll get our own Wikipedia page and be like, so in 2024, first sightings of, bitch, we'll be famous. So yeah, that is my, I did have a little reference. Okay. If you guys are our age, you grew up watching iCarly, the episode, I believe in Bigfoot, season 3, episode 16, funny as fuck. Spencer, all the whole crew, they went to go find Bigfoot because I think Sam says she saw. Remember. You don't remember that episode? Really good episode.
iCarly's a fucking blur for me.
Not for me. I remember everything about iCarly. That show's so fucking funny. They went to the forest and then like apparently 2 other people were looking for Bigfoot and then like they had set a trap. And then like in the end, they're headed from the perspective of seeing the crew in the RV. Mm-hmm. And supposedly they had saw Bigfoot. It was kind of funny. That's a good show.
Not ringing any bells.
I'm just gonna.
I told you there's no such thing as Bigfoot. You watch your mouth.
What?
Or I will watch it for you.
For me?
Bigfoot does exist, just like.
Good episode, but that was my relevance. Oh, also, do you know the cartoon We Bear Bear? Yeah, why don't you know anything? You should get more. You should get more to TV. We Bear Bear on Cartoon Network. It's like 3 bears.
What is that?
It's a polar bear, a grizzly bear, and a panda bear. They're brothers. Oh my God, watch some goddamn cartoons. They live in the forest, but guess who's one of their good friends? Bigfoot. He's funny as shit. Watch We Bear Bear. That show.
Hey. Charlie, what's going on?
Sorry. I didn't do anything. I don't know these guys. I really don't. People just follow me. Won't leave me alone. They ruin everything. I can't.
It was really freaking funny.
What era of Cartoon Network did this come out?
Was this in 2016?
Oh, so this is new. Leave me alone.
It's not new.
This is new-ish. This is within the last few years.
Comment below if you've seen the show. The show's hilarious.
Ain't nobody seen that shit.
What?
You seen it, Jameer?
Yeah, you're just out the back. Show too. It's a great show. Thank you. And isn't the Bigfoot guy hilarious on there? He's weird. He's invasive. He doesn't know boundaries. That shit is hilarious.
I'll tell you a show to watch.
Has Bigfoot in it?
No.
Bitch, which show? Yeah. Anyway, yeah.
Secure.
You know what? They don't have Bigfoot in that shit, but they are in California. Correlation.
And they black.
And they. You think Bigfoot's black?
No.
Bigfoot is definitely white. That's some white people.
Well, he
shit.
big as fuck. He probably would be black.
Whoa. Why you gotta be black?
Because we just naturally like, I don't know. We bigger.
I feel like. What?
Is that problematic? Is that problematic?
Yes. Why would that be just first of all?
We are built different.
Like primates? Is that what you're alluding to?
No, we just built different.
Bitch,
we are
like one of them niggas.
If you go to the motherland,
okay.
That's why we get, as women, as we get older, we get hips and ass, and these white women, they don't. Well, actually, that's a lie because some people got to work for it.
Some people do got to work for it. Yes.
Oh, you got to have a baby and then it come.
Yeah, I've even heard sometimes that don't even work. That's unfortunate.
I think it depends.
I think it depends on your genealogy. But
what? Why do you use that word?
Anyway,
good word, right? But
act like I never said anything.
Let me
know.
Insecure. I know, right? Let me know in the comments below. Do you think Bigfoot's real or not? What do you don't think nothing real? I think everything's real. You know how I know it's real? Because there's research on it. If you research something and you talk about it enough, it becomes real. Yes.
Okay.
Is that
okay?
But that is my lovely little just info story to origin on Bigfoot, real or not. Who gives a shit about him? I do apparently. So yeah,
That was great. I actually really love this conversation.
I know, right? It just gets you out of your thinking process. Like, wow, there are things out there. Be aware. Be afraid. Be Bigfoot.
Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, thank you, Zaire.
Of course, yes.
Just something to say really quickly. In our link tree, which is in our Instagram bio and should be in this video bio, when you click it, there's a link that says suggestion box. In the suggestion box, you can suggest a story that you might want us to research or tell.
Please. And make it weird.
Yeah, make it weird.
Make it weird.
Something weird or juicy, and we'll probably do it.
Like some shit we ain't never heard of.
Yeah, we're open to a lot. Not to anything, but to a lot.
Not to anything. And no fat daughter
gay son, fat daughter.
Son. None of that shit.
I would, if I had to choose, I would choose both.
I would choose gay son.
I
Fat
would
daughter
choose
would
both.
blow the fuck out of me.
I would choose both because I believe that, you know, as women, you have the right to do what you want.
Actually, comment below. Yay, son, fat daughter. We want to know your thoughts.
I want both.
On that note, we'll catch you next episode. Thank you, guys. Bye.